You know, as we look at this, though, there must be something that police feel like they need in all of this. And I come to the vice president of the FOP for this because I'm curious to know from your side of the line, what does it look like? The compromise, the answer?
Well, I think it's important, number one, to actually talk about qualified immunity because I feel like there's so many false narratives surrounding it. I know, surprise, 2021, and we have false narratives around police work. But qualified immunity does not protect officers from criminal charges or internal investigations or internal discipline or even being fired. All it does is protect an officer who is within policy, training, and the law from civil liability. It doesn't protect an officer who knowingly violates the civil rights of an individual in our community. And another thing, too, people seem to think that qualified immunity is just a given. That's not the case. In the last 200 cases handled by the lower courts, qualified immunity was only given to 57% of the officers. So if you're asking what we need support from our community, but we need to be a part of the conversation. The National FOP stands ready to have a conversation with anybody that wants to have a fact-based back and forth about police work. When Congress met and the House of Representatives passed the George Floyd Act, they didn't even ask input from law enforcement. There was no debate on the floor. Thankfully, Senator Scott and his team are willing to hear from us so that we can tell them we agree with certain things in these bills. We agree that there needs to be some reforms. But removing qualified immunity, you know, Harris, I don't know how to be any more frank than this. Our profession is dying. In New York, retirements were up 75%. On the recruitment side, the New Jersey State Troopers said they saw a 90% reduction in applications. In Colorado, 70% of agencies said that their recruitment is tanking. And as a result of all of these things happening in law enforcement, our communities are being harmed. We have seen over 20,000 homicides last year, which is the first time we've been over 20,000 in this country since the 1990s. Our profession is dying. Our community is suffering, and there's not going to be anybody left to take this job.
Real quickly, Congresswoman, when you hear the words, our profession is dying, from the Fraternal Order of Police, what message are you taking to Capitol Hill? Just a quick answer on this to give us a preview of the fight, really, that may be coming, because we can't live without law and order.
Absolutely. Well, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to hear that.